It was tough to see you go, girlfriend. Tell us all about it. Like, how were you feeling at that dinner?
So awful. I mean, that dinner was terrible. I mean, it was filmed in the morning and they were literally serving my favorite thing, which is sushi. And I could not eat a bite because it was so awful.
You can't.
I feel that in my soul.
It's the worst. You can't eat a
It was so
bite.
awful. And I honestly, like, I went into that dinner knowing that knowing that clue was implicating me. But as you guys have discussed, Kat did tell me that night that the clue was fake, that she got immunity. And so I was like, okay. So, and I promised her that I was not going to say anything. And I was going to hold to my word. I mean, that's who I am as a human being. And I wasn't going to take that back. I made a promise to her. And so at that dinner, I thought, okay, I know I'm in this great alliance. I know that we want Kevin out. I don't see why we were going to keep Nick here. So I was very, very nervous at the dinner. I really shared everything. I was there to fight for my kids. I have a son graduating this year to go to college. We have a younger one. Both of them have been in private school. So we've spent a lot of money on their private education. And, college is really wretchedly expensive, more than I thought it was.
Oh my gosh.
This is a commentary on the American economy. Yes.
Yeah. And I had left them all behind. And so I really pleaded my case at dinner. And when I was voted out, I think I was so shocked and so sad at that moment. And I didn't plan to stand up and say all the things that I did, but I think I blacked out also. I think I actually passed away.
That happened.
She literally died.
I actually passed away, and I just started speaking from my grave. And I just
happens in the Stag.
Yeah, I just and I remember looking at Lauren, who is like one of my dearest and closest friends from the show. I live and breathe for her, and I looked at her, and like her face when I opened my box, literally like she like fell, and I was just like, did you vote for? And she was like, I'm so sorry. And she broke me. And then I just went off and I was like, the clue was a lie. She has immunity. And like, I just remember looking at Caleb, looking at Nick, and I didn't know Caleb had the money. I thought then for sure Kat had the money. She had staged everything. Like I did not say nice things in my exit interview. I will be real honest. Glad they didn't air that.
Yeah, but
we've been there.
But Daisy, we were just saying, like, I think if I watch your game, you were an alliance builder. Like when I watch it back, I'm like, they don't really show a whole lot of it, but every time that somebody talks about you, they're like, Daisy's tight with this person, she's tight with that person, she's like the linchpin to these groups. And you had built all of this, and then you watched it all for you guys. We had a plan. You didn't stick to the plan, and you were wrong. And the worst part is, I'm going home for nothing. I'm going home for nothing. Your guys' plan to backdoor me didn't work, right?
Question.
Yeah.
Why didn't you? Because the plan, I know the goal was to like break up the bromance between Kevin and Nick, right? Like that was kind of the goal. But since the clue implicated Nick, why not really push for Nick to go home instead of Kevin? Because either way, the bromance is gone. And quite frankly, Nick was a way strong. Like Nick at that point had been a millionaire, had survived it, had kind of been on one-on-one situations, and you knew you couldn't trust him. Whereas Kevin at that point was still pretty trustworthy. So that was one of my thoughts
behind that.
Yeah,
so,
go ahead.
Kevin was always on my booty. I won't lie.
Okay.
So for me, Kevin going home, I adore Kevin. I love Kevin. I think he's the greatest. He's an amazing, amazing person. And like one of the hardest working people I've ever met. But he in the house was really challenging for me, and he was always on my butt. And so I just was like, I kind of want Kevin gone. I also wanted Nick gone. My dream was to have me, Lauren, Kat, Caleb in the final four. That was like my goal. That was my goal. That was my end goal. That was my goal. It's what I told them. Like after I didn't get the money, I told Lauren and Kat that. I told Caleb that. I was like, that's what I want to happen. That's the perfection. That is what I want. And when we all sort of had agreed we're going to vote out Kevin, I just assumed then Nick gets the kill shot, we're good and golden.
Did you have any implication or thought from them? Because like I remember the scene you got, because Kevin, I guess must have been filming their trophy room scene where you guys are sitting there and you're like, Kevin's the guy, like he plays really hard, we're gonna get him out, right? Was there any implication going into the dinner where you're like that this plan may not work, or like did they give you the implication like we agreed to the plan, this is the plan, we know what the clue is? But.
Yeah. Did you have any idea you were gonna be like blindsided like that?
No. I mean, once we got to dinner, yes.
Jeez.
Not
definitely
over
at dinner,
sushi.
yes. And then like the
hand.
clue, of course, like that clue terrified me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it, and like I remember talking to Nick after the clue came out, and I was like, and Nick, I think, was then convinced I was the millionaire, even because, well, he didn't have
He's
the money,
gonna
I didn't have the
save
money,
himself
right?
too, yeah.
And he says at dinner, he's like, when we were sitting on the couch, and you were like, I said something about the money, and he was like, I knew immediately you had the money. And listen, Nick and I went at it at the dinner table. It was not pretty. Like,
See, this is the stuff I want to see. I want to see the drama.
It was bad. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, Nick, like, you're a liar. I mean, it was just the two of us like fighting it out. And he was like, I said something about my kids, and he goes, oh, what am I supposed to follow that up with? I'm like, well, you just want to spend the money on trips. I actually have something I can use it for. I'm like, you have nothing. You don't want to use it for anything legit. And I mean,
where is this?
You
Show
just
me
want
the
to buy
behind the scenes.
What did Lauren say? Colgate white strips and whatever else she said.
And hair gel. Show me the behind the scenes.
I remember I made a comment like that in our season 2 when Lauren said something about wanting to use money for her kids. I was like, wait, so like I shouldn't win because I don't have kids? Like, what is that supposed to mean?
Yeah.
Right. I know. But it was just like I was doing anything and everything because I knew, especially when I looked at Lauren, who like I trusted with my whole entire heart. And she was like, the clue implicates you and Nick. And I was like, no, like who got to you? Who got to you? You know, and it's like one of those feelings. And so I was like, I can't, I mean, you guys, it's not me. Like, how can you not see this? Like, it can't be me, you know? And it's just, and I remember like I was sobbing. I mean, they don't show I think I cried the whole dinner.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not kidding.
I know the feeling. We went out on the same.
Yeah. All three of us had dinners where we were implicated, couldn't defend ourselves on logic, and just had to sit there and just plead and appeal to lot. Like
I had six dinners like that. So
was it just 6 or
was it?
But it's so funny.
Was it all 8?
Well,
and Daisy,
so funny
you tell me.
go
ahead.
At the first dinner, Natalie was convinced I was the millionaire, right? Which was so bananas. Even when I was like, I'm not the freaking oldest. I am the middle child. And what you don't see is like, I literally am like, this is when my older sister was born. This is when my younger sister was born. Like, we're 7 years apart. I really don't highly recommend for all you 20-something-year-olds, like, don't do that. It's not a great way to have kids. You're not very close with your siblings. Like, it really sucks. Christmases are really challenging. Like, I'm like, I don't know what else I can say more. Like, and she still ended up voting for me. But like that, I was so scared at that dinner. But I was like, I knew going into that dinner, like, I would clear my name once that clue came out, like, because whatever that clue was that she had was not going to implicate me. And I knew that. So this dinner was so incredibly different because that clue did implicate me. But even though I knew going into that dinner that clue was fake, and like hindsight, right? It's the biggest regret of my life that I didn't say it before he pulled out the frog, because I think had I said what I knew, it would have changed everything. And
I kind of feel the same. And since you and I went out on the same episode, it was kind of the same thing for me. So one thing I wanted to ask you, because I do see the similarity in some of the ways that I played that you played, like we can be very defensive, like instead of
passionate. You are very passionate.
Of course, I'm defensive.
Yeah. And you know, and on defense, and I'm saying defense because when you know someone is constantly telling you something that you know is true, like you had to defend, I am not the oldest child, like, and you go into this whole thing. Was there any point in your game or your thought process or in playing the game that you thought you might turn on people, you might cause some chaos? Instead of being defensive, you might throw a seed of, you know, deceit in there to scramble the pot? Did it ever come to your mind or your heart to actually start to play that way, or think about when you might want to start to play that way?
I think I would have probably started playing more that way if I would have gotten to the final four. However, like, and I'm not just saying this because like she is like my heart and soul, but like I would have taken Lauren to the end with me like forever and ever. Like there was just something about her. Like we were the two moms in the house. We were like the older, like I don't know. There was just I would never like I probably would have eventually like if it would have been the four like that I loved, I probably would have thrown Kat and Caleb under the bus, like had I
Okay.
needed to do that. But like
Yeah.
I always felt in my head like Lauren and I like just like there was something about her that just and hey, listen, she one time said I love DDPs and true crime, and I fell over and I was like, you're my person for the rest of my life. DDPs, by the way, are Diet Dr. Peppers. I know you're talking to Lauren tonight. Ask her the story about Peter and DDPs. Remember to ask her that. Write it down, Chris. I know you have a notepad.
I know
Remind
you
her
have a
to ask
notepad.
The story
Yeah.
about Peter, because Jamie, I know you love Peter.
I
Remind
do.
her, remind to ask Lauren about DDPs and Peter.
I
You will,
didn't know
you will,
that.
Jamie, you will pee your pants.
I didn't
You
know
will-
Oh my
that
you will
gosh.
die.
So does DDPs pair well with Marlboro Red? That's an interesting pairing.
You'll laugh out loud when you hear the story. But no, it's just, I never, like, people thought, like, I was reading some stuff, like, when I accused
Don't do
Nico.
that. We tell you not to do
I
that.
know.
No one
That's your
listens.
first, Daisy,
No
what did
one
I tell you
listens
before
to
this
me. That's
started?
the very
I
first
told
thing
you
I
before
say.
the season.
Stay
I
off
told you
of Reddit and stay off of
I
comments.
told you.
Don't
I
go to
told you before the
TikTok.
season even started, Daisy. Don't do this.
I know. But it's
Because
so hard
all
not
day
to.
you're gonna be like,
You're not even that
but,
because
like,
you can't even fight back because they don't listen. There's no reasoning with
I
them.
know.
I don't
people
care, I
were mad
fight.
at me about Nico. And I was like, but y'all, like, the game is about getting out the millionaire. And I figured out that she was the millionaire. You're not supposed to be mad at me about that.
they
Like,
got mad when you
Yeah.
don't vote the millionaire. They get mad when you do.
When you
They're
do,
just always gonna
there's
be
no
You know
mad.
what? You know what it is if you vote out a player that they like,
Yeah.
they're mad
you
at
can't
you.
win.
Like if they vote out a player they don't like, they're mad at you. There's no way you can win.
You cannot.
They want you to vote for yourself.
I want to
They're,
touch
like,
on
they're
the,
ridiculous.
you're telling me, trust me, I know 12 times later.
Vote
But one
yourself
thing,
out.
I know you guys covered this in the last one and I wasn't able to make it, but I was really surprised with when it was down to Miko and you on one of the previous episodes that she didn't try the, not a stay at home card, because remember that's how Sam snuck underneath us. She could have been like, she's not a stay at home mom. She's really this, like, look at all the experience she could have. Look at the way she navigates people. Like there was some fighting. I don't know. Maybe it happened. It didn't make the edit. It's very possible. But I was really kind of surprised that if it did happen and didn't make the edit, that would have been a good one, because Sam had everyone with the stay-at-home mom thing until she kind of started to out herself. And then, Jamie, your spidey senses were tingling, but guess who didn't share with the class?
She did not have
I
everyone.
did.
To be clear, she did not
After.
have everybody.
No.
Let's be very clear about that.
Yeah, she didn't have us three, but you know what I mean.
No, because we all had we knew about Sam, baby. We had the Sam combo several times.
This is where I love talking to season 2, because we see some themes across seasons now. We're starting to build a little $1 million secret lore. This is good.
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
I
for sure.
take a clue from Sam because I was not a stay-at-home mom. I had been for a little bit, but I had been working for a national shopping channel selling shit on TV for the last 15 years. So I technically had not been staying at home. But I'm like, I can't tell these people that. They'll know. I mean, they're like, so you've been on TV and now what? No, like not trustworthy.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Daisy, you've shared so much with us today. We appreciate it. We wanted to make sure to have you on. You support us in the chat. You played a great game. We got so much love for you.
So much fun.
You guys were like my celebrities, because I think I watched your season at least 175 times. So
and we're all nice people. We're all nice people.
The first time I ever met Daisy, she like knew more about my game than I knew about my own game. It was impressive.
True.
So.
I think Chris was like, okay, stalker.
That's amazing. And that's actually pretty smart, because I think Tarek said he didn't watch it at all. I was like,
he didn't
what
watch
are you
it.
doing?
I mean,
what
to
is
be
you
fair,
doing?
I didn't watch a single episode of reality TV before I went on, and you know what? I probably should have, because Whoops.
Daisy, you're getting some love in the chat. Just want to let you know that.
Oh,
But
thank you. Thank you. I love you guys. Thank you so much for having me on. It meant a lot.
We loved having you so much. You know what we'll do? We'll stay in touch and hopefully one day we all get together, MBS
Yes,
style.
I hope so. I hope so. I hope so.
All right, boo. See you.
Bye.
Thanks, Daisy.